on this wet. It's going to be a wet week all the way around. This is going to be a rainy week, which is going to be awesome for any of us in the wastewater field, because especially around here in the southeast, it's just going to be a fun week of dealing with I&I, which is inflow and infiltration and things of that nature. So it is what it is. It's something we've always dealt with as wastewater operators anyway. But anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys because, well, first off, I want to say I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I sure know I did. I had a wonderful Friday evening. I had a daddy-daughter dinner date with the youngin, with the little one, which was pretty cool. And then Saturday, my wife went out with one of her girlfriends, and they went shopping and stuff. So I had the baby all day Saturday, which was also fun because we went out to the lake and spent a good bit of time at the lake getting sunburned. Both of us got a little bit of sunburn, but it was a great time. We had a wonderful time. And then Sunday we decided to go out and eat some lunch, get a few groceries and whatnot, errands done, if you will. And overall, it was a good weekend, nice, eventful weekend. I didn't do any damn schoolwork, unfortunately, so today I'm going to be packing it in, trying to get it all done. But that is a mess of my own making, so that is nothing that's going to be, that is nothing special right there. Honestly, I've done it before. I'll be flat out honest. I am not a plus student. All right, I'll be flat out honest. I already know I'm not an A+ student. I'm not an education type person. Okay, I really am not. I'm not able to. My mind just doesn't want to like pick up a book and look at it for hours on hours and get to a test and freak out about it, things of that nature. Of course, I get to the test and still freak out about it, but I only freak out because, hell, I don't know what the hell I'm doing most of the time. So, but anyways, going on. So, yeah, what about you guys? Are you guys, like, I don't know how to describe this. For me, the only reason why I'm still technically going to keep going to school is because I have VA benefits, okay? And it would just be rude of me and ill-considerate of me. I'm wondering if there's some turkeys out there, sadly. But it'd just be rude and inconsiderate of me to not go to school when you basically have a free ride. And yeah, some of you guys are looking at this and it's like, yeah, what the hell happened to you? It was actually I get some stuff on my face that eventually when it dries out, it starts scabbing over, and it's already done scabbed over. It's the most annoying thing because it looks terrible. And it really does. And unfortunately, sometimes it happens in some of the most unique spots, especially when it's noticeable. I get something like right here, and it makes it look like I got the herpes, which is, no one wants to look at that. And then I get it right, and then obviously I get it in places like here and around my eye, and it just looks terrible. And I just can't stand it. And it happens all the time. It is one of those freak things. I'm pretty sure I've discussed this once. But yeah, eventually it'll heal up. I'm not too worried about it. It's already scabbed over from the weekend and stuff, so it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it. But anyways, let's get back on point. Let me get back on point. Now, I'm not talking about when you guys were in high school, okay? When your kids were in high school and you did all the studious things and whatnot. Here, I might as well go ahead and cover it up. What I'm talking about is when you're an adult and in college, right? Now, I've learned that there's like a weird sort of correlation. First off, it's typically men who don't do a lot of the studying. Typically men don't do a lot of studying. That's just a known fact because I look at how my wife's doing her schoolwork versus how I'm doing it. Two different methods, two different styles right then and there. Now, I'm not saying all men are like that. All right, now I've known some dudes who are hardcore studiers, if you will, or hardcore scholastic. They did scholastic work very well. They're very good at it. I'm not like that. Okay? Now, so first off, there's already women who do it a lot better, which is why typically women stay the course in college a lot longer than men, because men just don't want to do it. They just don't want to put up with it, or whatever. So men don't want to go ahead and study anyways, so that's the reason why women, especially you women, young women out there, is getting into fields that are high in demand, and that's how that wonderful pay scale, as people say that is non-changing. It really is changing, because women are starting to earn more income compared to their male counterparts, because they have a higher education than most of their male counterparts. And now that's not 100% true, because I would say it's more on the rise, because there are still some very I wouldn't say fully traditionalist type relationships, but there are some relationships to where the women is still dependent on men. There's not like a lot of women that are independent. Now, this has nothing to do with male dominant world or whatever. It just has to do with statistical facts and how our society was originally built. Okay, right now we're in a weird paradigm shift where women are starting to get more and more responsibilities, more and more duties, and things of that nature, or just as much as men, and people are leading you to believe that women can't do things. Now, I do believe that there are certain things that women cannot do physically, and that's just, I would say 90% of women can't do certain things more physically than men. Now, here's the kicker. Women complain about wanting equal rights and all this other stuff. There are plenty of construction jobs, electricians, being plumbers, wastewater operators, water operators, things of that nature, type of laborer type jobs that are still male dominated. And women are more than welcome into these fields. In fact, I know for a guarantee that if you're a highly certified operator as a woman, certain companies are going to be looking at you because of of equal opportunity, right? Because it'll be looking good on their numbers, like we have women operators, type of things of that nature. But typically women are not in this field or in those fields. Why? Because they're more labor, more physically intensive than doing paperwork and things of that nature. Now, there are women in the field. Don't get me wrong, there are women in the field. In fact, last week I saw some women working on a line crew, working a what do you call that damn machine? Working a ditch digger, if you will, down a ditch line, clearing it out. I saw a woman doing that. But that's honestly still very rare. Now, it's becoming more and more popular, but it's really weird how I hear about all these trying to make everything equal, equal opportunity and stuff like that. However, there are still certain jobs, still certain careers out there that are better suited for men, and there's also still better jobs that are better suited for women. Okay, there are certain jobs out there that honestly a woman would be much better at it than a man. Okay, and that's just cold hard truth. Like, for instance, being a doctor or a nurse or things of that nature, the women, I believe, will be much better suited at it, simply because they will actually put in the time to do a lot more studying and a lot more work to try doing it, typically, right? Now, you also have your male doctors and male nurses, whatever, typically it was nurses are females and doctors are males. That's not 100% right, whatever, right? Now, there's also some other jobs that women do a lot better than men. For instance, some women are much better at interior design, bookkeeping. By bookkeeping, I mean like accountants and things of that nature. Now this isn't fully spread across the board now. There's still some major differences between the number of male workers versus female workers, but honestly, I believe women are a lot better suited for it than most men in certain fields. in my field in particular, wastewater and water treatment, I honestly don't see who would be better suited for it. Now, I believe that there's a good split about who would be better suited for it, because you got to do so much stuff as a wastewater and water operator that's vastly different. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be physically intensive or physically difficult. Now, I would say that there is also another reason why a lot of people try to avoid being around women operators or women operators in general. Why male operators typically try to avoid women operators. It's mainly because as a wastewater operator, you are basically, how do I put this in a more delicate way? You are around these people sometimes more than your significant other. I mean, that's just the cold hard truth. You are sometimes around these people a lot more than what you realize. I remember telling one guy I used to work with, it's like, dude, I've seen you more this week than I've seen my wife. And he looked at me and said, I know exactly what you mean. I've seen you more this week than I've seen my own wife. That's just how it is for us wastewater and water operators. We see each other more than we see other people generally. So, but it is what it is. I'm not going to be hissy-fitty about it and stuff, but and also the fact that a lot of people, especially in the wastewater field, are not going to want to even do wastewater treatment to begin with when you literally fall into it. I tell you what, when I graduated college with my first degree, wastewater operator was not my first choice. I did not even think about looking into water or wastewater treatment until after, when I realized I need a job, and I fell into this career that I have really started to enjoy. And there are its moments, don't get me wrong, but it is definitely my career, and I will stick with it. So most people don't even fall into the wastewater water field, because when you look up statistics and stuff, when people are starting to go to college and everything, they're looking up like what pays them the most, like what, and then they look up online, and then it goes into some bullshit. The average income of a nurse practitioner or whatever is like $80,000 a year, or the average income of a computer science major could be up to $90,000 per year, which is horseshit, because especially here in the South, you got kids looking at this thinking that right after college they're going to be making that. No, you're not. And even if you did start making it, you're going to be living in an area where cost of living is so fucking high that 90,000 is not 80 or 90,000 is not. It's basically going to equate to about 40,000 here. It's not, because your rent or your mortgage or whatever, mortgage especially housing right now, is going to be so god-awful fucking high that you're not going to be able to make it. Let's not mention right after you graduate, you're going to be, okay, I'm going off on a weird tangent and stuff here that I could honestly do another video about. It's honestly ridiculous how that whole entire system is set up, and it pisses me off that it's still going to keep going. It will never end, because in the 90s and early 2000s, we were all pushed, kids our age, were all pushed for a general consensus that the fucking college degree is the golden ticket. It is the golden ticket. You can't do it without you can't do anything without this golden ticket. Willy Wonka couldn't fucking get the factory without that golden ticket. And it is not true anymore. The college degree, though still has value, is not as valuable as it once was, honestly. I can tell you from my personal experience, my personal field, that even if you had a college degree, good on you. That's about all you're going to get. You're going to get up, honestly, because you still got to take it's not exempting you from a state standardized test. You still got to sit down and take that test, right? And then you got to do all this other stuff to get your licensing. So what if you could cram? So what if you did biochemistry, which is a very difficult course. I took it, probably one of the hardest college courses I've ever taken. So what if you did? So what if you got like a B in biochemistry or an A in biochemistry or whatever? If you can't pass that fucking state standardized test, it won't matter. And let me tell you, those tests are no joke whatsoever. So, but that's just my personal opinion about it and everything. So, but I can go on, I can really get into some hardcore details about it, but I'd rather not, because it could be used for another video. So anyways, guys, I'm almost about to pull off on my exit, about to hop on out, get to work and whatnot. So hope you guys had a good weekend, and I hope the rest of your week goes good. And if you're here in the southeast, try to stay dry as possible. It's going to be off and on bullcrap rain all week from what I'm looking at. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. And if you guys would, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. It's right down below, right there. Just go ahead and click it. And